In the last video, I showed you how to cross over and under with the third finger. In this video, we're doing it with the fourth finger. So I'm going to show you how to do it, what not to do, and I'm going to take you through some exercises to practice it. We're now on page 58 of the Grossi exercise book, and we're starting on exercise 14. So you're going to place your right hand 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F. And make sure your thumb is high, fingers pointing down. You've got that web space open. Remember, you don't want it closed like this. You want it open. That's going to give you the space you need. Your wrist is down in neutral, not up like this, not too far down. All right, and the first exercise is exercise 14. We're going to play 4, 3, 2. Now you place your fourth finger on G. Make sure that your 2 and 3 stay down and your web space stays open, and then you're plucking with your thumb all the way over like that. Just a few times, it doesn't matter how many. So let's do it again. Let me just show you what to look out for. So nice high thumb, low down fingers, web space open, wrist down in neutral. You're playing 4, 3, 2. Now when you place your fourth finger, make sure that you don't lean down too far. You're just opening it downwards and placing it where it's comfortable. But there's got to be a nice difference in height between your 1 and 4. Your 2 and 3 shouldn't start coming up. If you don't place your fourth finger low enough down, then your 2 and 3 will probably start curling up to make space, and everything becomes quite crunched up. So make sure you've got that web space and you're opening it nice and low, but your wrist doesn't come up. And then as you're plucking your thumb, make sure that it's just your thumb plucking and it's not your hand moving like this or your wrist compensating. Those things have got to stay quite steady, and it's just the thumb that's closing all the way over, and it should have lots of space because of the web space being open. Right, and then let's do the crossing over, the downwards one. So again, place 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F, and we're plucking our thumb all the way over, second finger all the way in, and we're gradually now starting to move the base of our hand towards our fingers with each pluck. It's gradually moving that way. Otherwise, what happens is we can't reach there, and then we have to do a big sudden movement. So let's start again. Place all of them, pluck the thumb, start moving towards there. And the 2 all the way in, the third finger all the way in, and by now your hand is quite close here. Your wrist is still down in neutral. Your thumb can open up. Make sure that you're not just putting the thumb on the string like that. It actually has to open at the base of the thumb so that your web space is going to be opened up like that. And your 2 and 3 are nice and far down. There's a nice distance in height between your thumb and your fourth finger, and then you can pluck your fourth finger over and over like this, and it's going to feel very strange. And that's okay, that's normal. It is a bit of a strange exercise, but it's really helpful to feel that moment of your crossover. This is the moment we want to be practicing. So now let's do both of those exercises with the left hand. So if you have a lap harp, you may want to do it up here at the same spot where you did it with the right hand. I'm going to do it an octave lower because I have a bigger harp. So we place 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F. Thumb high, fingers pointing down. Nice open web space. Make sure you've opened it like the hand kind of tilts away from the thumb. Your wrist is down in neutral, and you're going to pluck 4 down into your palm, 3, 2, and then they stay down in the palm, just the 4 and 5 open, and the fourth finger's placing nice and low down on G, but you're just opening it downwards. You're not reaching down and changing the whole hand position, and you're keeping that web space nice and open, and then your thumb is going to pluck all the way over a number of times there. And make sure that the rest of your hand is staying pretty stable. Okay, and then we do the downwards one. So again, place 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F. Open that web space, thumb high, fingers pointing down, wrist down in neutral. And you're going to pluck 1, 2, all the way into your palm. 3, all the way down. And as we're doing that, what I didn't do is you've got to start moving this base of your hand is going to start gradually moving down towards the column of your harp or towards your fingers. And then you open up your thumb, make sure that your web space is opening. You're not just doing this, you're actually opening at the base. The whole thumb is opening. and you're keeping that wrist down in neutral, the wave space is open, and then we're plucking that fourth finger into the palm of your hand over and over. And make sure that you're not kind of swinging the wrist like this or coming up with your wrist while you're plucking. You want to keep all the rest of that quite stable, and it's just the fourth finger and the little pinky moving along with it. Okay, very good. So that is exercise 14. And you just do it once through like that, or maybe twice, and really analyze the movements. Make sure your positioning is really good. And then you move on to exercise 15. So place 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F. You're going to make sure you've got a nice high thumb, low fingers, web space is open, wrist down and neutral. You're going to pluck 4 and 3 and 2, all of them nice and plucking right down into your palm. You open up the fourth finger and you place it on G. Make sure it's nice and low. The 2 and 3 stay down. Your web space is open. You pluck the thumb all the way over, and now you're going to open up your thumb and your 2 and 3 and place them simultaneously. It's like your thumb is drawing a quarter circle and your 2 and 3 are opening downwards. They don't open up like this. Watch out for that. They've got to open downwards to the string. And then you end up with a nice high thumb, fingers low, web space open, wrist down in neutral. And then you keep on going all the way up until you get to the top. So let's do it again. Place 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F. Check your height, your web space, your wrist. You pluck down, 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 place down on F. Play the thumb all the way over, place 3, 2, 1 simultaneously, and then you play your 4, 3, 2, and your 1. It doesn't really matter about the rhythm. It's more important that you're making sure that you're doing all the correct placements and the right positioning. And then the second half of exercise 15, we're going downwards from the top. So you place your thumb on a C above middle C and your 2, 3, 4 on the B, A, G. Check your thumb is high, fingers down, open web space, wrist down in neutral. And as you're plucking your 1, 2, and 3, make sure that your the base of your hand is kind of moving gradually forwards towards the column of your harp. So pluck your thumb all the way over, second finger in, thumb in. We're gradually moving forwards. Then you open up your thumb and it's right there at the right spot. Your web space is still open. Your 2 and 3 are nice and tucked in. Your fourth finger is nice and low still, and you pluck your fourth finger and then you place 2, 3, and 4 simultaneously. They've got to land together on the string, so that's something you can stop here and actually practice on and off with your thumb still on the F. And then you will keep on going all the way down and all the way into your palm every time. All right, and then you're going to do the same thing with your left hand. Let's go through that quickly. So I'm going to do it an octave lower. You can do it in the same spot if your harp is small. So place 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F. Thumb is high, fingers pointing down. Your web space is open. Your wrist is down in neutral. And you're going to pluck 4 down into your palm. 3 and 2 down into your palm. Now keep that web space open, but open up your fourth finger downwards. Don't let your 2 and 3 come up. Just put your fourth finger nice and low, but not so low that your wrist has to move or your hand position moves. Just as low as you can comfortably reach to. And then you pluck your thumb all the way over. Make sure that web space is still open. And then you place 3, 2, and 1 simultaneously. They should land simultaneously. That thumb draws the quarter circle, and your 3 and 2 open downwards to the strings. And you still got your web space and your wrist down. And then you pluck 4 and 3 into your palm, down into your palm, and all the way over. And it's okay if you pause in the middle like I did there. This is not about the rhythm, it's just about analyzing these movements. And now let's do the downwards one. So we start at the same spot, that's middle C for me, or you could be an octave higher. Thumb on middle C, 2, 3, and 4 on the B, A, and G. Thumb high, fingers down, web space open, wrist down in neutral. You're going to pluck that thumb all the way over. And remember now you're starting to push the base of the hand gradually towards the column of your harp, so kind of moving forwards to reposition things. Then you pluck the 2 in and your third finger in. Now you open up your thumb and it should be right there because we've been moving the hand forwards like that. Open up that thumb, your web space is open, your wrist is still down in neutral, your fourth finger and thumb have a nice difference in height there. And you pluck your fourth finger into your palm, then 2, 3, and 4 should land simultaneously on the strings. You may need to stop and practice that. And then pluck the thumb all the way over, 2 in, 3 in, and fourth finger in. And watch out when you're plucking 3 and 4 that sometimes they're quite weak and sometimes our wrist starts popping up. So watch that stays steady throughout and that you keep that web space and the wrist down in neutral. All right, so exercise 14 and 15, you do them slowly like that and really analyzing as you go. But now exercise 16, we're going to repeat on every string. So exercise 14, we're starting in the same with 4, 3, 2, 1 on C, D, E, F. Check your positioning. And you're going to pluck your fourth finger down, 3 down, 2 down, put your fourth finger on G, thumb plucks all the way over, 3, 2, 1, land together on A, B, C, and then we pluck all the rest of the fingers, except before we get to the thumb, we've got to replace 2, 3, and 4 on B, A, G. They've got to land simultaneously on the strings because now we're going downwards. And we pluck the thumb, and now we're starting to move that hand towards the column of the harp. Place your thumb on F. Make sure 2 and 3 stay down. You're plucking your fourth finger. Place 2, 3, and 4 simultaneously, and your thumb, and we end the scale. So this is a scale that goes dum 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 dum. We do the whole thing up and down, and then we do it on the D string. So you're going to place all your fingers, pluck into your palm, place nice and low, place 3, 2, 1 simultaneously, place 2, 3, 4 simultaneously, open nice and high, place. You may not be able to do it this speed yet. That's okay. Rather keep it slow and steady and do it on C, on D, E, F, G, A, B, and finally ending it on C, doing that octave, dun, 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 up to C and down again. And then you're done with the right hand. And then you will repeat the whole thing with your left hand. So let's go through that together very briefly, just for the 1 scale. So you're going to place 4, 3, 2, 1 of your left hand on C, D, E, F. I'm doing it below middle C. If you have a smaller harp, you may want to do it an octave higher. Make sure your positioning is really good. Your web space is open. Okay, you're going to pluck 4 and 3 down into your palm. Place your fourth finger on G. Make sure 2 and 3 don't come up and your web space is still open. You pluck your thumb. Place 3, 2, 1 simultaneously. Now place 2, 3, 4 simultaneously. Moving your hand towards the column of the harp, open up that thumb and place it. Place 2, 3, 4 simultaneously. And we're floating off at the end. Well done. And then you will repeat that on the next string, going all the way up until you do it on middle C. Do you have any leftover questions that I haven't answered about crossover and under? Let me know down in the comments. And to continue learning, click here. I'd love to see you in the next video.